I have never been so disappointed in a movie in my entire life as I was with Dune Part 2 that me and the girls went and watched last night. I have been a huge fan of the Dune novels and both of the film adaptations for years. I grew up on the first one. I can quote it line for line. The one that sci fi did was still great. The books, I've read them multiple times. Dune Part 1 was a great movie. I thought they did fantastic. Did not carry over to Part 2 at all. I went in with really high expectations because Part 1 was so good. I'm gonna try and do this without like spoilers and stuff, but I'm probably gonna fail, so sorry in advance. The movie dragged. It dragged for 3 hours. I just kept waiting for it to like something to click and for it to get better. Like, boom, there it is. This is what we've been waiting for. Never happened. My girls all said the same thing. Like, they thought it was coming to that head, to that climax, and it was such a slow movie. Not even a slow burn, just slow. The plot, I hesitate to say, took forever to develop because I don't even think it really developed. They left out so much with the plot holes and stuff. I don't understand why they did it that way. And I don't understand why they left out things that they left out and why they changed some of the things that they changed. It didn't further the story. Maybe they thought some of it would be like, oh, if we do it like this, people will be really interested. But I think they just fell short. Even my kids that had seen part one, and I know they've seen the original one at least one time, were so confused with this movie because it didn't explain stuff that was actually significant to the plot. One of my daughters, my oldest, was even at one point like, he had brown eyes. They made comments about him not having blue eyes and how he would look with blue eyes, and then boom, he has blue eyes. Like, why did he get blue eyes? Like, they never explained it. It just happened. And so if you don't know the lore, you don't know what's going on. The action was meh. Like, Dune Part 1 had such great battle scenes, such awesome fighting sequences when they're doing the shields and the swords and everything. It was amazing in Part 1. Like, Jason Momoa's scene at Duncan, Idaho, where he's fighting the Sardaukar there at towards the end, one of my favorite battle scenes there. When the Harkonnen and the Sardaukar are landing on Arrakeen for that attack, that ambush, how they set that up and presented that was so freaking awesome. Dune Part 2 had none of that. There were no battle sequences, no fight scenes that even came close to that level in this entire movie, this 3 hour movie. Like, I don't understand why they gave us that in part one and then gave us crap in part two. Supposedly, they're going to make a part three, Dune Messiah. Maybe they were intentionally leaving part two as a real slow burn and everything, and part three is just going to be fan fluff and tastic. I don't know. I don't even know that I am looking forward to a part three. Like, I don't. I'm not even interested in watching part two again. It felt like a real waste of my time. Even the interpersonal relationships that they present in the movie, they just there's no clicking. Like, everybody is having a lot of friction with everybody else, and there's no real reason for it to be that way. Even the two, the main love interests, Paul and Chani, I don't understand why they change the way their relationship is to the way their relationship is. I don't. Yeah, I cannot blame the kids in the movie theater that fell asleep during the movie. There were even some kids where the parents told them, go ahead and pull out your phone, just keep the volume down. Because even the parents knew this is not what we expected. We expected a banger, we expected something awesome, and it was nothing. Like, it was, ugh. I just, I don't even have the vocabulary to adequately describe the level of disappointment I have with this film. The people that were sitting right next to us in the movie theater was a group of four of them, and with their conversations before the movie started, I knew that they were fans of Dune and the novels. Like, they knew what it was about, and they were excited for this one. And I could hear the dad in the group during the movie like, "This is crap. What are they doing? What the hell is that?" Like, the disappointment in my movie theater was very obvious as a whole. Like, everybody walked out of there. There was no conversations about, oh man, my favorite part this, and oh, do you remember that part? And this was so awesome, and oh my god, there was nothing. Like, people literally just slowly walked out of there, and I think they were trying to process their disappointment. I, it just, I fail to understand why they made the movie like that. Like, did they not? I guess the people that were responsible for the creative presentation of the movie were not really fans of the original source material, the original movie, or the sci-fi adaptation of it. I don't know. I just know that everybody was disappointed, and yeah, I don't want to keep going because I'm afraid I'm really going to give spoilers out. Most disappointed, most disappointed I have ever been, ever, coming out of a movie theater. I have never been so disappointed with a movie as I was with Dune Part 2. I would not recommend spending money to watch the movie. Just wait until it comes out on streaming, because it's gonna.